Coach, we'll start on the defensive side of the ball. 3-0, early second quarter. Seattle's got a little drive going. On a first down play, your defense comes up with a sack that gets them off schedule.
Yeah, so this is a key part of the game for us right here. They're up 3-0. They're getting the midfield for us right here, and they're really in their shot zone right now. When they get to where they have the ball right here, looking about that just past midfield fringe area right there, this is when they start looking to take shots and get that ball into the red area, and that's really when they get dangerous right there. So, you know, key part of what we're trying to do right here is really keep Russell off the spot and really go ahead and put pressure on. That's a lot easier said than done. Thought Pat put together a great game plan. The position coach did a great job, you know, coaching throughout the week, and then the players went out there and executed for 60 minutes on Sunday. But this can be a quick shot right here of just finding different ways to create pressure. Now, look, it all starts up front, like we always say, with the front of creating pressure on them, but the elements of the pass rush that come forward right here. So we're going to talk about keeping Russell in the pocket and not letting him extend plays and scramble. He really likes to work to our left, his right as a right-handed quarterback, and that's where a lot of their explosive plays really come from. And what happens is, as he starts to scramble, teams get undisciplined and start coming up to make the play on him as a runner and leave receivers running free down the field. And he's had several big chunk plays and touchdowns this year with wide open receivers. So key part of how we played this game plan this week was play the coverage on through, not come off the receivers early, and then also work to keep him in the pocket and put pressure on him vertically so he can't step up or out of the pocket and extend plays right there. So we're going to go ahead right here, and this is going to be a change up here. We're going to use Peppers right here on a blitz, and it's not just going to be the way he hits this thing aggressively and fires, but all the other parts up front come together to influence how they protect it and really isolate him on the block matchup we wanted, which is really Peppers on a running back and pass protection right here. So we're going to go to the back end for this, and we're going to go to the wide view to see the coverage, how it all ties together. So starting up front right here with the pass rush, you see Pep does a decent job right here of holding his water and really disguising it, not giving him a clear picture of what's coming right here. Now up front, you see we've got the bigs inside, really kind of taking away that inside run game, but really packing the middle right there to put pressure on terms of how the tackle is going to protect and how it's going to influence their centers and guards on their slide post-snap. So when you turn the ball over real quick on the snap, you're going to see right away Pep gets into position, but then it's really right here with Dex coming down and Austin working that game, that monopolizes that guard and that center from reacting out. You know, on the other side, they're patched up 1-for-1 on Leo and Tay. Now, Tay's going to hold this and then back on out into coverage and does a good job playing with zone vision to play that hook zone right there for us. But really the key part of this right here comes from once we get him isolated, Carter Coughlin coming off the edge and rushing to the level of Russell without going by him, giving him a lane to rush, but holding him in the pocket. And that's going to create the one-on-one matchup we're really looking for right there with Pep on the runner. And he just does a phenomenal job of really working through right here. First off, the extra help from Hollister, the tight end, and then just stepping into contact right there and really just eliminating the blocker at the point of attack, really flatlining that running back on his back. And you see Russell feels the pressure. He looks to roll out to our left right there. Carter's in position to seal that thing up, and that allows Jabril to come right back in right here and then make the sack and eliminate the big play. And that was a big part of how we had to practice all week and really work, was working on keeping him in the pocket and not letting these mobile quarterbacks extend plays and getting outside. And that comes from the elements of making sure you've got the contain on the play and then pushing the pocket inside and making sure you create that pressure. So it all starts with the disguise from Jabril. All right, the game inside right there to really go ahead and push the slide away from it and then just win your one-on-one matchup at the point of attack. Now, the other element to this play right here is also the way the coverage ties together. So as you watch the back end right here, you know, this is a really good quarterback. So Russell's gotten out of a lot of trouble throughout his career, and he understands when pressure's coming, is there a quick answer to get the ball out of his hands. As you watch on the back end right here, the way it ties together, our guys did a really good job that as you see Russell's eyes are downfield, we've really got the guys deep over top to take away those shots of just throwing it down there for a 50-50 ball. We've got the underneath coverage coming to cut out those little quick comeback routes right there. We've got the middle of the field, and Blake's doing a good job communicating right here with Tay on the crosser of turning them loose, and that's Tay dropping off the offensive line set to get back to his hook zone. All right, and then you see the over top on the other side with Brad right there, and the middle of the field help. So we've really got everything accomplished 1-2 in coverage, and that allows the rush to get home up front. But again, working to keep number 3 in the pocket, that's a key part of playing these guys, being successful. He's really explosive and dynamic if you let him extend plays.
Coach, although you didn't score in the first half, you guys kept on pounding it, getting the run game going, and it starts to pay dividends in the second half of this football game. And you're going to show us an example of why you were able to rip off big runs like Wayne Gallman's 60-yarder.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, you know, a huge emphasis for the entire game, but then especially coming out of halftime, was commit to the run and stay with the run. And we knew that over time we had to wear them down and just go ahead and make good, tough vertical yards. One thing Seattle does a very good job of is they really pack the box and take away those quick hitters going vertical. So you've got to make sure you adjust the game plan within the game and find different ways to get that ball into space. And when they were really pushing inside and taking away those vertical runs, we had to find a way to get to the edge. And I thought Jason, Googe, Ben Wilkerson, those guys really talked at halftime, found the right way to hit this thing on the edge. They made the adjustment. We got this play called at the right time, and it gave us a big chunk play in the game. Really got some things going. But just looking at the situation of the game right here, it's 2nd and 7. It's on our own 23 right here. It's the third quarter. But again, that 2nd and 7, we're looking to go ahead and stay above the sticks right there. So 1st and 10 going to 2nd and 7. Ideally, you want to be in 3rd and 4 or less to have a manageable 3rd down and keep them out of some of the multiples they get into with their blitz packages right there. So the emphasis on this was just get a good positive run, keep the sticks moving forward, and finish forward with the ball in our hands. Now, we're going to start this off on the side view right here, and this is a big explosive run by Wayne. Really got us rolling right here. But again, it always starts up front with the bigs and how they block, and including in this topic right here with the bigs are the tight ends, who I think three of our tight ends did a phenomenal job of blocking throughout this game. Really played physical, played with good technique, and really finished. Along with them is also the receivers. This is Austin Mack coming in right here. All right, and our skill players, when they don't have the ball in their hand, they have to block. You can't just be a guy that's out there looking to catch the ball all the time. If there's 60 plays in a game, you catch 5 passes, that's a great game. What'd you do the other 55 plays? You've got to block for your teammates. You got to make sure you're one of the 11 on the field being productive. Tyke really coached those guys hard and block, and they do a good job for us right there. But we're going to watch this from the side view right here. And what you're looking at right here is this a team that's pushing hard vertically inside to take away these direct runs. And now we're working here to really get the edge. So instead of getting more of the vertical push from our linemen down the field, we're really looking to go ahead and capture their outside shoulders and prevent the scrape over. Along the way, we're going to pull Andrew Thomas and Shane Lemieux as lead blockers around the edge. Now, you always think about the linemen being big, strong, powerful guys. I think this is a play that really demonstrates all of our linemen up front, how athletic they really are to move in space and then hit movement in space, which is much easier said than done. But you look at this right here, just in terms of sealing the edge and getting it started, that's a good view. And you see, once Wayne gets his shoulders downfield, we're going to have a lane to get him running, get him going downfield. And obviously, once he gets in space, he just goes ahead and extends it. So that's the easy part you can watch on TV. You see the close-up views of him running down the field and then working to finish. But let's take a look right here at the offensive line and what they really do with the tight ends to get this thing set up and open it up for us. So again, the goal is to get Wayne the ball somewhere in space and let him just go ahead and make the play with his feet. But it's going to start really outside right here with Caden Smith of really setting the edge and sealing it and giving our line a chance to really pull across. So you watch Caden right here and does a really good job of reaching KJ right there. And you see him really working with hat placement outside of KJ's hat, moving his feet to keep his body engaged. And really what he's looking for is a half a body technique. If that's KJ right there, Caden really wants his body half outside. So he's got to make sure KJ has to go through him to get to Wayne as he's sealing that edge. Now off that right here, you're going to see Levine down blocking. And it's not like he's looking for a knockout shot here. He's working body position, and he's got to have good feet and control to stay connected to the defensive lineman right there. And you see his hat position right here. Again, there's the defender's hat. There's the blocker's hat right there. He's got to work through his neck right there. We don't want to let him fold over top right there and have pursuit down the field. So Levine, again, doing a good job here of moving his feet, staying engaged, not getting a penalty, giving Wayne a chance to get outside of him right there. And then we're going to watch the bigs on the other side. So we're going to watch right here, watching Kevin Zeitler and Nick Gates. And again, these are two big guys moving in space. And Nick's going to have to climb up to the second level backer, who's already going to be flowing with the movement from the back once he keys it. And then Kevin's going to have to work a hard angle right here, flat down the line, and hooking the defensive lineman of really looking to set this up. So you see him pull around here. Nick does a good job of really chipping him and buying some time for Kevin to get around. And then Nick's got to climb up right there and get Brooks right here, the linebacker, before he can flow over top. It's a good job by both guys sealing, and you really see that wall getting built, and there's Caden still sealing that edge. Now, the next element right there, the lead blocker's pulling around. Again, you watch these two guys right here, okay, Andrew and Shane. All right, these are two big athletic guys who play nasty in space. You see them both pull around with really good quickness right here. And Andrew does a good job seeking on back and getting a piece of Bobby Wagner, which is going to seal off that inside wall. And you see Shane coming right here, inside out along with Austin Mack and kicking out the corner Reed. And that's going to create right there, and that's that lane of separation we're looking for right there for Wayne to get vertical right there. So again, on TV, it's easy to see 22 running fast down the sideline, but you've got to be alert of all the pieces that come together. It's the seal block right there. It's the down block and the connection and the finish by Levine. Okay, it's the chip and the reach up. Okay, and the flat line reach right there by Kevin. It's Cam on the back end right here looking to cut out the legs of the backside DN, and then it's the two pullers pulling around right there for the lead blocks. And a good view to really watch this is the wide shot view, where you really see the whole picture come together right here, how it all fits and how nice it looks when you get into space. And you see this right here. It's just nice knowing all the pieces, how it's going to go already, okay, reaching around, leading that thing, and how it looks in space at full speed.
Offense, defense, special teams, important in the Giants going on the road and winning. And, Coach, you get to the fourth quarter, and you know that Russell Wilson is still a threat and the playmakers that he has, but you want to keep him at a long field, and your kickoff coverage certainly did that. Let's talk about the kickoff coverage.
Yeah, so every yard's important with an offense like this, and Russell's done such a great job throughout his career of coming from behind and making a lot of wins and moving the ball down the field. We knew it was going to be very valuable for us to have good field position throughout the game, from the punting game and the kickoff game. Now look, no secret, last week in Cincinnati, we gave a big play on kickoff cover. It was a huge emphasis on getting our kicking units back right, our coverage units back right. We worked out a lot in practice this week. Thought Tom Quinn and T-Mac did a great job with the players this week, and they went out and executed really well on this unit right here of going ahead and covering kicks better than we did last week. But you watch them right here as a unit, and it's all going to start right here with the kick placement from Graham and the vertical penetration with the speed. So we go ahead and we kick this thing right, and really essentially what we're doing is trying to cut off part of the field for them to return. So we want to kick that thing to the right, and then our coverage is to cover with leverage and squeeze this off and eliminate his shot of getting that ball back to the field. So it's a good job of Graham putting that thing in a good position to cover, and really want to cover a third of the field instead of the entire 53 1/3 yards. Now, we're going to watch the two guys running down the middle here. We're talking about our interior penetrators. It's going to be number 18, CJ Board, and 47, Cam Brown right there. And as they run down the field, these are two different body types, but two guys who make up a lot of ground real fast. And the importance of the speed inside is the faster you run inside, the more it declares the blocks for everyone else running behind you. So as you're running on through, you see this wall of blockers from Seattle. It's tough for all these guys to immediately diagnose who's blocking them. But when you have a fast guy running in front of you, if the guy there looking at you blocks him, you know he ain't blocking you, and you can figure out who's coming at you next. All right, so those interior penetrators really disrupting the timing of the return, but then also making it clear for all of our cover guys on that second level coming down the field. Now, as fast guys do, they make guys make decisions too fast and bust assignments, and CJ running real fast down the field, they end up turning him completely free. He does a real nice job now covering with leverage and eliminating the chance of the returner coming back to the field. He's now pinning him to the sideline where he's got a lot of help from that coverage squeezing with that adjust going right. Now, we get a good job and we get good coverage and tackle him inside the 20-yard line, but there's a couple elements to this right here that I'm interested to watch from the back end. I'm going to go to this view right here as it's a good shot. So we're going to see the ball kick right here to the left of the screen, deep kick right as our kickoff team would see it. But as you watch the coverage down the field, really paying attention to this front side right here. So they're going to look to double team right here on our 3, Eli Penny. And what they're looking to do is go ahead and double on him and take him out of the map, and then get 2 kick out blocks right here on our 1 and our 2, and get this thing up the sideline vertically, all the while creating almost a human wall to soak up these blocks on the backside and just run away from the traffic and create space, and only having to really return the ball on 3 guys as opposed to having to return the ball on 11 guys. All right, what we do a good job on this edge right here is Carter and Eli working together, and as Carter recognizes right there that he's got the double team on Eli, all right, he's going to look to go ahead and pick his man off. And he thumps through the outside guy in the double team, and that frees up Eli to wrap around right there. Carter then frees himself up again, and there the 2 guys are from working together off that pick scheme to be extra guys at the point of attack. So you've got CJ running free down the field as a speed player because they bust an assignment, and then you've got the 2 guys on the edge, the 2 and the 3, working a little bit of a pick game. Nate Ebner working right there as that second level safety that if it busts, he's there to fill and make the tackle. All right, but that's a good shot there as they're trying to eliminate our 3 of the double team. It's just a good use of technique of working together, freeing each other up, and creating those extra overlap guys that now as they think they have the kick out guy, there's 3 guys, 2 of which are completely unblocked at the point of attack, all right, and make the play. And on the backside, it's important to keep on squeezing. Again, there's that interior penetrator, Cam Brown. He's another guy they're looking to double team. He's made so many plays for us. People are committing to him every time. Does a good job working through the inside. Now he's getting pulled on a little bit, but he's just got to keep on pushing on over and creating traffic while the backside with Devontae and Xavier, all right, and these guys just keep on moving down there and holding leverage to not let them slip it on back to the field. But it's a good example right there of getting the penetrator, the pick game, and then a tackle inside the 20-yard line. Every yard's important against an offense like this. We want to make sure we start them back as far as we can.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck this week against Arizona.
All right, appreciate it, Bob.